Welcome, everybody, to the Advanced Selling Podcast, the longest-running sales training podcast in the history of podcasts. My name is Bryan Neal.
My name is Bill Caskey.
Bill and I have been doing this for it'll be 19 years in September. That's about a month away. So 18 years and 11 months. How fun is that? Then we go into our 20th year, and we're so thankful. You think we've had millions of listeners? We've had millions of listens.
Well, we've had, millions of downloads.
Yeah. One download a person. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we're very thankful. So thankful that we keep doing it for free, just for you. You don't have to pay anything for the Advanced Selling Podcast.
What?
Let me see. We've got some things to know about. If you're new here, listener at Advanced Selling Podcast is our email. We love to hear topics or ideas that you might have for the show, or if you want to shout us out or do anything like that. Listener at advancedsellingpodcast.com. That's the email. We have a LinkedIn group. There's like 14,000 people in the LinkedIn group. They all chit chat with each other occasionally. And then we have a program where you can get live coaching from Bill the first Friday of every month. That's called the Insider Program. And you'd be a fool not to be in that program. I say it all the time. Best bang for your buck going.
The best place to find out more about that is advancedsellingpodcast.com/insider. We've got all the curriculum there for the rest of the year. And our next training is on September 12th. I think it's that second week because the first week is Labor Day. And so we kind of backed it up a little bit.
All right.
So
you had something last night you want to talk about?
Yeah. I went to, as a person of age, I like the concerts that I go to for guys that you grew up in my era, like, whether it's Rolling Stones,
Toto, Christopher Cross,
Christopher Cross. I know you love yacht rock.
Yeah, sure.
I had a story about that we won't tell. Or the Guess Who, the Who, Dire Straits. I mean, all those people. Well, we saw Burton Cummings last night, who was the original singer of the Guess Who. Yeah. You might remember the Guess Who. These eyes, laughing, no sugar tonight.
Yeah.
They had like 10 songs, top 10 songs back in the early 70s.
Yeah.
They were really good. And so Burton now is 77 years old. And so he's doing this concert tour. Yeah. And you never know what to expect. I had a friend who said that he saw him last year and not very good. Saw him last night. I would give him a little grace. I think he was pretty good. His band, these guys now surround themselves with awesome bands.
Yes.
And so you don't have to be able to sing if the band sounds like the songs used to, then you're kind of into it. So I'd rate him a B+. Yeah. It was a good concert.
Yeah.
But the one thing that was interesting is I think he's kind of losing it a little bit, which is kind of sad because then you think, well, how many more tours does he have in him? He kept talking about, and he's Canadian, so he's super nice. He's just super nice. And he would say, okay, we're going to play a song now for you. I think one or two of you have heard over the years. I don't know that now. I mean, they plays a song that had 20 million, it's like, and every song he's like, I don't know. Let's guys, let's see if they recognize this one.
What country are we in again, guys? Oh, America.
And then he said something like, well, this is our first, we're just able to come back to the U.S. right now. And this is really something for us. This is our second gig in the U.S. And I'm thinking, second gig in the U.S.? Really? Wow, that's cool. He was getting, people were loving it. And then I looked at his concert schedule. Well, that's like his 25th gig in the U.S. But he had done a gig couple weeks before in Ontario.
Yeah.
So this was his second gig back after the 27 gigs. And then he kept saying about the U.S., I love the U.S., but we weren't able to come back in. I'm like, was it that you weren't able to come back in or you couldn't leave Canada? I'm not sure on that one, but I didn't know there was some kind of barrier to entry in the northern border.
Maybe he's on the watch list.
He could be.
Anyway. That's American Woman too, right? American Woman. Yeah. They sing that one?
Yeah.
Did they sing that? That's great.
They sang it. Sounded good. Star Baby, who nobody knows, but I think it's their guest. Undone. Yeah. She's Come Undone.
That's good.
She's Come Undone.
These people keep rocking, though. I love it. You know what I mean?
I do, too.
I'm telling you. You're 77. I'm like, he's 77. He's playing rock and roll up in front of people.
Exactly.
in
I
the
love
US.
it.
So
I love
great.
it. I don't
Awesome?
care if he's
Yeah.
delirious
Oh, yeah.
or telling stories. It's like, what wouldn't we give to be that
Right.
age doing that, having fun and
to love what we do so much, we
Yeah.
keep doing it into that phase of life. Yeah. It's like Ozzy going down swinging, huh? Ozzy
Yeah,
Osbourne
that's
going
right.
down swinging. I love it.
I mean, a
Last
few days
hurrah.
before,
Yeah.
you're still,
rocking it
still
out.
doing our podcast, right?
Still doing our
before we
podcast.
Come.
I wonder who the most famous person that's ever listened to our podcast is. At some point, someone, who maybe a actor or a musician turned salesperson has listened to this podcast. That'd be interesting to see, like a child star that went into business or something like that. We did have a guitar player from the band Dashboard Confessional, which is a early 2000s like emo that's actually really popular. People that listen to this show that are of that age and millennial, they'll know Dashboard Confessional. And we had the guitar player on here. We interviewed him actually.
Well, wasn't Uwe Blop? Wasn't he?
Was he on here? I don't know.
No, did he listen? I thought he
I didn't know. Did he? Uwe did? Oh my God, Uwe Blop.
Yeah, I thought we got an email from somebody who works with him.
Oh, maybe we did. We really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I think,
Wow.
I don't know if that qualifies as famous.
People are listening are going, who in the hell is Uwe Blom? He's a basketball player for the Indiana Hoosiers from the 80s.
Guys, if that's your most famous listener, you got some work to do.
And if anyone hates the rant, they extra hate this one, I guarantee, because we're talking about things that nobody cares about.
Let's get to it.
All right, let's do it. We're going to talk today about customer experience. Bill mentioned that he believes we did one of these years ago, but it's been years ago. So it's time to update the episode. But it was inspired this morning. Everyone loves to complain when they have bad customer experiences. Everyone I go to LinkedIn, you failed again, American Airlines. Then everyone piles on. There's thousands, all this. Twitter's the worst with this, right? We put something up on it's terrible. So I think, you know what? We need to spread the love when we have good customer experience. I had a fantastic customer experience call this morning with an airline, with Southwest Airlines. And I told the woman at the end of the call, I said, hey, I know these calls are recorded. You go tell your boss that you're really good at your job and you did way more than you had to do for me. And that this is one of the best customer experience calls I've had with an airline ever. She's like, well, thank you. It's very nice, because it was really good. So I thought, what do we do? We never really talk about customer experience with the sales process. We talk about customer experience after the deal is sold.
Yeah.
Well, you have this great thing. We have support. You have your own assigned person and a concierge and all this stuff, but that's afterwards. That's after you buy. Let's think a little bit about what is my customer experience like before they're a customer. And so I thought we should talk about that a little bit. You had some ideas.
I think we called it prospect experience. And I think we actually came up with an acronym. And I think the acronym was PX because customer experience is CX. So we called it PX. And then you suggested just adding a number. So I added 90 to it.
PX.
PX 90. Now we did talk about this at one point, but that was long before AI.
Years ago. So what are your thoughts? Do you want to start off with something like either an idea or a thought for our listeners?
Well, yeah, I like the topic because I think it requires us to spend a little time and just sit back and think about, well, if I were the prospect, we'll call them prospects, so they're not a customer yet, in this buyer-seller process, what would I want? I know I'd want a follow-up on the notes like we always do. We always follow up notes. A lot of people today are, recording the conversations they have with prospects, feeding it through their AI note taker, and then sending it back. That feels a little like overkill sometimes because the notes can come back too much. So there may be I guess the question is, where are the opportunities for better customer prospect experiences?
Yes.
Follow up to calls might be one. I've got a client who only follows up all his calls with a video.
Yes.
And texts it to them because he has his text number. These are very short. And he has found people like that. They listen, they watch it. Not in the same vein as what a Southwest Airlines might do, but it's just where are the opportunities for us to shine the light and say, what could we do right here that would improve it?
Yes. That I think that's a great first step. What I love about this whole topic in this episode is salespeople, you're out there running around trying to close deals. You're not thinking about this. So I think step one in this is to think of it with an awareness that you didn't have before we even brought the topic up, to go, gosh, I never thought about that. So I do my sales follow-up, and that's kind of what's expected on both sides. a buyer would expect sales follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
We would expect sales follow-up. My boss would. I like to think about what would the customer not expect from me that goes above and beyond in a good way. So that's the second thing to take it from like just thinking about it to more of a tactical is we hate surprises. Like with proposals, we talk about don't surprise people with a proposal, but I love surprising people with something that's positive that they didn't expect. I think that gives really good customer experience, a buying experience, or in this case, we said the PX90 experience. I think that's taken, isn't it?
We better change the name.
PX90. He's older than I thought too. That guy. What's his name? The PX?
I don't know.
PX90. The guy
not Billy Banks.
No, not Billy Banks. No, what's his name? We'll get it later. Where's fact checker Doug Drozen? Come in and help us out here. We'll get it later.
I don't know.
I'll figure it out.
Pat Sajak? Was it Pat Sajak?
No, he's no, he don't.
That's funny.
Wheel of Fortune guy. That's funny. So I would, if I were you listening, make a list of things. What are some things that I could do that are just ideas that I just can look at after a sales call in process? So then maybe Bill and I can give you a couple things to put on that list. And you can think of your own. Bill just gave you one. I do a follow-up video instead of a follow-up email or written note. That's a cool one.
You can probably use AI for this too. I bet you could go to your favorite AI platform and say, hey, I'm thinking about it, and give it the context where I'm an OEM design manufacturer and I'm trying to figure out a way, and we have 7 calls typically. I mean, give it some, help AI come up with something, and then say, give me 6 or 8 or 10 ideas on things that I can do in the buyer seller process to improve the experience. You'd find a lot about that. And then 3 of those might fit, 4 might not. Oh, well, you got 3 now.
Yes.
That's a great use of AI.
Great use of AI. And I bet, again, like you said, AI will give it however many you ask it for.
Yeah.
If you say, give me 40 ideas, you're going to get 40. You may not like them all, but you're going to get 40. AI usually doesn't stop. I can only come up with 16. And it usually doesn't do that.
I'm at the end of the internet.
Right. Yeah. Something that I think is a really good thing to do that is not expected is is personalized gifting. And there are great programs. We use one called Sendoso. Been a partner of our show. They're going to be a partner of a program we're doing here in the fall, title sponsor. They're fantastic at this. It's kind of like, I like it. I don't know if they like this or not. It's almost like a personalized Amazon that lives within my CRM. So if I'm talking to Bill and I know he likes basketball and the Pacers and 70s music, I can go to Sendoso and give the profile of that. I said, I got to send a follow-up gift to Bill. He likes basketball. So, and it pops up like 8 or 10 options. And I literally pick one of those and it automates it all for you and sends it to Bill personalized for me. It's awesome. Sendoso, it's called. It's a fantastic program. So personalized gifting is a good above and beyond customer experience.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I think also, and it's kind of a lost art, and I'm trust me, when I give these ideas, I'm not great at these things, but I do them occasionally enough to know that that has impact. And that's just a card, just the handwritten card that probably comes right after the first meeting. If there is a second meeting, if there's no second meeting, I'm not sure it makes sense or what, but maybe it does. I mean, but just, hey, I enjoyed our conversation and look forward to, making your acquaintance further and understanding more about your whatever it is. Just something short and sweet, but it is better to me. It's a little bit differently impactful than an email or some kind of digital outreach. It's just a physical card, and it's old fashioned in a way, but sometimes things that old also work.
I know. I just got an unsolicited piece of mail over the weekend it sounds weird, from a client's husband. And I noticed that I knew the last name, but I didn't know the first name. Like, who is this? I'm like, that's this girl's last name who was just in one of our programs. He wrote a handwritten note she's expecting. And we, kind of went above and beyond to take care of her while she was here for our program because she's traveling and she's expecting first kid stuff. And he sent a note. He said, just want to tell you and your team, thanks for taking care of her while she was there. It was super kind. And I really, really appreciate that. It says a lot about, I'm like, that is nice. So now what happens, this is my next idea for experience. Now, this isn't a tit for tat keep score thing, but this guy is starting a like a mental performance practice, and he's interested in sports. So I'm going to introduce him to two of my friends who are also, one of them, who's a local Indianapolis guy, Rob. Introduce him to him. And then another guy that I know who's a sports psychologist. My point is when you trigger these parts of the brain in people, and it makes them feel good, and it makes them want to connect with you and lean into you. So I would also recommend you make a connection for somebody if you can. You won't be able to do this all the time, but to have your ears open. If I'm talking to Bill, I'm selling to Bill, and I hear something that he brings up, or
that's right,
he says, I'm looking for a financial advisor or an accounting firm. He just mentions anything in passing. I'm thinking, who do I know that might be a good connector for Bill? And I just put you two together. Like, hey, I'm in a sales process with Bill. Bill, meet Tim. Tim's been doing this thing for a while. After talking to Bill, I think you guys would really benefit from knowing each other.
That's right.
And that's it. It's so good to do.
That's a great idea that we don't do, that we could do. No cost.
Nothing.
Takes 5 minutes.
Nothing.
And the benefit to the person who you're, the prospect, is great, because now they know, well, geez, Bryan's thinking of me. He's done something here. I've never had that happen before. And it just raises your stature.
Yes.
And raises your position without being creepy about it.
Exactly. Yes. None of these things are meant for that.
No, I love that. I love that. That's probably my favorite of all these.
Oh, thanks. I'll take that. You have another one? I have a thing that a lot of people do that I don't think is good.
Oh, okay.
Can I give you that one?
Yeah, that's fine.
And if you do this, you're going to be, I'm not intending for you to take offense to this, but it's like
a jerk.
People send their own swag to customers before the deal's done, which on one hand is nice, but on the other hand, I'm like, I don't know if I want to wear your stuff around. You know what I mean? So they go, send them a swag bag. And to me, that's after
with all of our logos on it.
Right? Totally, with our logos. It's very self-serving. You don't think of it that way. People don't think of it. They think of it as nice. Well, I'm going to give Bill a hoodie, or I'm going to send Bill a water bottle, because everyone loves a Yeti. But does everyone love a Yeti, with a big, Amazon on it, or, a McDonald's Yeti? I don't know if Bill likes that yet or not. So just be careful with that. I think that's a thing that a lot of people do. They trigger a swag bag or a swag something that is a little self-serving. Just be careful with that. That's all. Yeah. Not a fan. Yeah. That's great afterwards. Or when they ask, like, hey, I love your logo, man. Can we get a t-shirt? I'm like, sure.
Yeah. I've got one here for back to our positive.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
A lot of times you, as a sales professional, might have a couple of your team members in a meeting, and they have a couple of their team members. So there's 4 or 5 people online or face-to-face. And the salesperson always seems like the one, or our listener here, who's responsible for this follow-up and this prospect experience. But bring your technical people into it as well.
Oh, that's great.
If your technical person had a great dialogue kind of offline with one of the other people, make sure they send a note, or send a card, or send a video, or at least send an email to that person individually, not as a group.
Yes.
Saying, hey, I appreciated you being on today. You had some great thoughts. If you ever want to talk, just you and I, collaborate and meet for coffee or something, that'd be great. So now you're building these relationships cross-functionally.
There it is.
I use that word today.
There it is.
And I told my wife, said, here's my word today. But now you're bringing more people into the fold. So it's not only dependent upon you, because at some point there's a meeting, and that meeting doesn't involve you. And that meeting is with the people on their team, where they're deciding, what are we going to do here? Are we going to go with Bryan and Bill? Are we going to go with something else? And if more people say, well, you know what? I know Bryan and Bill, they're good guys, but man, I talked to this technical guy from the company. He's smart as a whip. I mean, I think we'd be, but if you don't do that, so you have to be the MC, the moderator, the director here. And if you see that somebody had a good relationship, good rapport, then have them follow up too. Don't just take it all on you.
That's so good. And I love that you can do this with technical minded people. If you've got any technical aspect to what you sell, those people love to geek out together on stuff. They're not salespeople or buyers. They just want to geek out on this stuff, and they get this connection, like you said, and they're like, hey, we want them because I really like her or him, or that's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. People don't do that. They don't do that. There's too much salesperson control with that. Like, you will come in when I tell you can, and you will leave when do not speak unless spoken to, sort of stuff. Like, cut them loose, man. Let them talk, I don't know.
Well, I agree. And I think it also could work the other way, where the salesperson is, in fact, the director and the producer and the MC and the moderator. And therefore, they can say, but they can't take all the control themselves. They have to disperse out the control so that other people are, number one, your people will feel a whole lot more part of the process if they're asked to do this, follow up, and it's good for the client. So I don't think it, I want the salesperson in control, but I don't want them to be controlling and feeling like everything has to come through them. Let it go. Let some of this stuff go.
That was a good one.
That was good. Good.
PX is alive. Yeah. Prospects Experience is alive.
PX 89.
PX 80. I'm going backwards. Yeah.
Sure.
If you haven't done so, please register or sign up or be a part of the Insider program.
Yes.
Go to advancedsellingpodcast.com and just go join the program. Just do it. You should do it. If you're listening, you're a manager, sign your team up. I mean, you get a whole team, and it's a very, very valuable, very reasonably, the investment is so worth it. You can send your whole team up there if you wanted to advancedsellingpodcast.com. You look for the Insider. And
and in September, we're going to be doing something special. We're doing it on expert frameworks. So if you're in a business where you want to be seen as the expert, which you should, the expert resource, we're going to have several frameworks that you can use to help you position yourself that way in front of prospects. So it's going to be really, really, it's not different, but just really good. It's going to be a unique setup. So go to advancedsellingpodcast.com/insider. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.